We have seen our kids grow and really build their lives on a true foundation. With our story, that ended up being a very, very important thing.
Christian's had hand tremors his whole life. We brought it up to his doctor and he said, I don't think it's anything to really worry about, but they've gotten worse. Let's go ahead and see a neurologist just to make sure everything's okay. A few minutes after they started the next set of tests, the technician called me out of the room and said, I need you to remain calm, and I've got Christian's doctor on the phone. When I picked up the phone, it was his neurologist on the other end, and he said, we have found a mass in Christian's brain. I glanced over and saw the MRI image on the screen, and all I could connect in my mind was mass means cancer, and it's in the brain. Is he going to die? Am I going to lose my son?
We sat down my son and said, it is a cancerous tumor. It is malignant. You have a 60 to 70% chance of survival. To have your 15-year-old look you in the eye, say, Daddy, am I going to die? My world flipped upside down.
And I told him, Christian, right now, we have to put our complete faith in God. We don't have any answers right now, but God does, because he was in this moment before you were born, and he's not surprised by this. And I just grabbed his hands and prayed.
She had made just a couple quick calls to reach out. Within a matter of hours, we were truly surrounded by an entire church.
I mean, our phones just started blowing up, and it was our church family. It was the friendships that we built through being with connect groups, through volunteering. It was those relationships, it was those friendships that were reaching out to us to say, we are praying for you and we are here for you. Christian's a drummer, and one of his first questions to his surgeon when we found out he was gonna have surgery was, will I ever drum again?
They have to be blunt and truthful, so he was saying that if I hit the wrong thing, he can go blind. He can lose his motor skills, speech.
We didn't know what life would be like post-surgery. Potentially, our son could come out on the other side of this a totally different kid.
The unknown, it was terrifying.
So surgery day comes, and we don't know if this is the last time he's going to be speaking. We don't know if this is the last time he's going to be laughing and just sitting there with each other and giving him that hug and saying goodbye. We'll see you in a little bit.
I'd pray like the night before Christian's surgery. Out loud, I just kind of whispered and talked to him, because I was thinking, you better be there with the surgeon, because if something goes wrong, that could be the end. Philippians 4:13, it reminded me that he's always with us as long as we believe in him and trust him with everything we have.
I had asked the surgeon, so how long will it be before we know what side effects are possibly going to be in place? And he said, we'll know immediately on most of them. And so we walked into that ICU room, and he was laying there with his eyes closed, and I walked up to the bed and I said, hey, Bubba. And he said, hi, Mama. Those are two of the most beautiful words I've ever heard in my life. We told him that the surgery was over and the tumor was gone. And he just held up his hand in a little rock sign.
I just remember thinking to myself, oh, this thing's gone. Every day God gives us is a blessing. So no matter if you live 15 years or 100 years, each day you have is from God.
So we were about 2.5 weeks post-surgery. As of right now, the tumor is gone. There is no evidence of disease, but our journey's not over.
That again is another reason to get plugged into the local church. There's a deeper connection with people that are reading out of the same book. There's a deeper connection with people that are convinced and know in their heart that God will lead us through the storm. And yeah.
Spirit lead me, Jesus lead.